Imagine a life where money knows no bounds, where luxury and extravagance are your everyday reality. Now take that imagination and multiply it by 1,000. That's the world of King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, a man who was born into unimaginable wealth and now reigns as the king of one of the world's richest countries. Welcome to a place where opulence knows no limits, where the House of Saud reigns supreme, and where the term excess takes on a whole new meaning. In this video, we'll dive into a world of unparalleled indulgence as we explore the incredible life of King Salman and the jaw-dropping wealth of the House of Saud. Before we explore King Salman's incredibly wealthy lifestyle, it's important to understand the source of his vast fortune. In 2015, at the age of 79, King Salman gained power after his older brother, King Abdullah, passed away. As the leader of the House of Saud, he took control of both the throne of Saudi Arabia and the state-owned oil company, Aramco, which contributes to a significant portion of the family's wealth. Aramco happens to hold the world's second-largest reserve of crude oil. As of now, the royal family possesses a whopping 98% ownership of Aramco. This has resulted in the House of Saud accumulating immense wealth with a staggering net worth of $1.4 trillion. This immense wealth is divided among the 2,000 family members of the royal family, but it is ultimately controlled directly by King Salman himself. With this incredible fortune, the House of Saud has constructed extraordinary splendid palaces for whoever sits on the throne. Out of 12 palaces, 3 stand out as the most luxurious: the Yamamah Palace in Riyadh, the Awja Palace, and the opulent Awja Palace. The Yamamah Palace, located near the heart of Riyadh, serves as the official residence and working place of King Salman bin Abdulaziz. Its exterior displays a seamless blend of modern elegance and traditional Arabic design, featuring geometric patterns and distinctive pointed arched windows. The interiors of these palaces are where King Salman's extravagant taste truly shines. Inside, you'll find stunning chandeliers that are works of art in themselves, luxurious carpets, intricate antiques, and an abundance of gold. It's incredibly challenging to put a precise value on these palaces, but if I were to guess, it would likely be in the hundreds of millions. On the other hand, when King Salman desires a break from the opulence of his palace, he sometimes retreats to the older and simpler Awja Palace. This palace showcases the traditional architecture of Saudi Arabia and lacks the modern elements. However, similar to the Yamamah Palace, its walls are adorned with intricate carvings and display black and white photographs of Riyadh. While there may not be as much gold present, don't let that deceive you. This palace holds immense historical value as one of the oldest palaces in the world, making it truly priceless. However, if you're seeking another palace filled with gold, the Awja Palace serves as a clear testament to King Salman's limitless wealth. It seems that His Majesty can replicate the opulence of Yamamah Palace as he pleases. The Awja Palace primarily serves as the venue for the king's diplomatic visits. In 2015, shortly after his coronation, King Salman hosted Barack Obama at his palace. If you take a closer look at their meeting, you'll notice something remarkable in the middle. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a golden tissue dispenser. This example confirms that King Salman spares no expense when it comes to gold. If even tissue dispensers receive the gold treatment, you can only imagine how extensively gold adorns the rest of the palace. However, hold your admiration for a moment, because having a golden palace is one thing, but decking out an entire fleet of jets in the same precious metal is a whole different story. King Salman owns and operates a variety of jets, all coated in gold, apart from his grand official Boeing 747-400. He possesses 6 other jets, including 2 Boeing 747-200s, a 777-300, a 787 Dreamliner, and an Airbus A340-200, exclusively for the king's use. The Royal Boeing 747-400, originally a commercial airliner, was customized and transformed into a luxurious floating palace for the king. The massive aircraft is one of the largest in the world, designed to carry over 600 passengers. Due to security concerns, there is no official video showcasing the interiors. However, rumors suggest that it boasts remarkable features such as a throne room adorned with gold. The average cost of a Boeing aircraft of this size is around $100 million. Now I'll leave you to guess and do the math and imagine the grandeur of King Salman's customized plane. Hold on, there's more. Remember, each one of these planes is custom designed and boasts lavish golden interiors. And don't forget, the remaining 4 planes also share these extravagant features. While I can't provide an exact figure for the total maintenance cost of all 6 jets, I would be surprised if it amounts to anything less than $3 billion annually. And yet, that's just a fraction of what the king spends on his diplomatic trips themselves. During his visit to Washington, D.C. in 2014, King Salman booked the entire luxurious Four Seasons hotel, consisting of 222 rooms. However, that wasn't enough for him. In true Salman fashion, he demanded a complete redecoration of the hotel. Every item that wasn't already gold had to be transformed into gold. From tables and mirrors to lamps and even hat racks, everything was changed. These gold items were specially shipped in from Saudi Arabia on airplanes. Some things are simply beyond comprehension when it comes to their costs, and this is definitely one of them. In addition to the golden transformation, King Salman also ordered the replacement of all the hotel's carpets with red ones. Furthermore, arrangements were made to lay carpets even in the lower parking garage, ensuring that the king would not have to set foot on the bare ground. If you thought the 2014 trip was over the top, brace yourself for this one. In 2017, King Salman embarked on a series of diplomatic trips that took him from Russia to Indonesia, Morocco, Tokyo, and several other countries. Each trip was a display of his luxurious extravagance, and as expected, jaw-dropping amounts of money were spent. The king's journey to Russia was particularly remarkable. He traveled with a massive entourage of 1,500 people and carried a whopping 1,764 pounds of food with him. Not only that, he also brought along his own furniture and carpets. But the real highlight was King Salman's golden escalator, which he used to exit his plane. Typically, regular escalators cost around $8,000 per foot, plus maintenance expenses. So you can only imagine the price tag for a golden escalator. However, since gold isn't suitable for mechanical moving parts, the royal contraption got stuck halfway while His Majesty was descending. He had no choice but to climb down the remaining steps like the rest of us. It was quite a moment in Russia. The king went a step further by reserving the entire Ritz-Carlton and Four Seasons hotels. These luxurious accommodations were exclusively occupied by King Salman's entourage, which consisted of over 1,000 people at the time. To make this possible, the hotels had to cancel reservations of other guests and temporarily relocate some residents. The cost of these bookings alone amounted to approximately $3 million, which is a relatively small sum for the king. Additionally, the king arranged for the leasing of at least 200 cars for his group, resulting in an estimated expenditure of $100 million in Russia. In Morocco, his spending spree continued as he splurged another $100 million on one of the most expensive accommodations in the country, a massive 74-acre estate whose exact location remains undisclosed. Meanwhile, the rest of the group took up 800 rooms in one of the most expensive hotels in Morocco. As they prepared for their trip to Tokyo, King Salman realized that there would be a luggage issue. To solve this, the king decided to charter a Lockheed C-130 Hercules plane, worth $14 million, from the Royal Netherlands Air Force. This military aircraft was originally designed for transporting tanks and heavy cargo over long distances, but the king repurposed it to carry his luggage in 2 Mercedes-Benz X600 vehicles, which served as his official transportation during his stay in Tokyo. The king followed a similar pattern for his trip to Indonesia. When he arrived later that year, a staggering total of 506 tons of his personal belongings were transported into Indonesia using 7 large transport aircraft, including the C-130 Hercules and Boeing 747s. This time, King Salman was accompanied by 100 bodyguards, who cost up to $3,500 per hour, along with 25 princes and 10 ministers. In addition, there were at least 1,500 other people in his entourage. The combined net worth of these individuals alone amounted to tens of billions of dollars. They all arrived before the king on 36 different flights over a period of 3 weeks. It's no surprise that such extensive preparations were made for this trip. During his visits to various countries, King Salman had specific and luxurious requests. One notable request was a custom-built toilet made for him inside a mosque he was visiting, and it's likely that it was covered in gold. The demands were made so extensive that the air freight company responsible for the transportation reportedly required approximately 572 workers just to handle this cargo. You might be wondering why King Salman travels with so many people. The reason is quite simple. The king has specific needs and preferences. Among the 1,500 people in his entourage, there are personal and professional chefs who are responsible for cooking specific delicacies for him. His attendants are also part of that group. In fact, they are known to replace the hotel staff with their own servants. In conclusion, King Salman's extravagant lifestyle and opulent spending habits showcase the immense wealth and luxury enjoyed by the House of Saud. From golden palaces to custom-designed private planes, the king's taste for luxury knows no bounds. While his lavish expenditures may astound and even raise eyebrows, they serve as a testament to the immense wealth and power the Saudi royal family has. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. We'll see you in the next video.